This is ANN News Brief.
Military officers in Somalia report at least 7 persons have died in 2 separate bomb attacks in southern and central Somalia in the last 2 days when 3 militants in a car on Sunday carried out a suicide bomb attack at a military checkpoint in a town in central Somalia's Gamdug state. No group has claimed responsibility, but such attacks are commonplace in Somalia, where Islamist militant organization Al-Shabaab has been waging a 12-year campaign to topple the central government. South Africa's top taxi association has begun a strike in protest against government's relief package, leaving many commuters stranded in Gauteng province. The taxi industry has allegedly rejected $63 million government relief offer that was intended to help the industry recover from the effects of the coronavirus. The taxi association says the amount is not enough. The transport minister, Fikile Mbalula, says the government will not up the offer. Pictures shared online show stranded commuters as taxis began a strike action on Monday morning in Gauteng province, home of the commercial hub, Johannesburg. We'll be right back.
We are on the road every day, canvassing throughout Africa for news you really need. We follow the story everywhere, from every corner of Nigeria to the wide African expanse. We bring you what's making headlines. We connect you with news you can use. ANN, African News Network, in a truly African spirit.
West African Regional Bloc Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has called on Mali over the weekend to rerun some of its contested local elections and convene a government of national unity after anti-government protests swept the capital, Bamako. Tens of thousands of people took to the streets on Friday for the second time in a month to demand President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta step down. Keïta, who was re-elected in 2018 for a second 5-year term, has struggled with an ongoing security crisis, a teacher strike, and the coronavirus outbreak. Political tensions increased after disputed local elections in March, in which turnout was low due in part to fears of attacks by jihadist groups who roam the desert north. The lead up to the poll was marred by allegations of vote buying and intimidation and the kidnapping of opposition leader Soumaïla Cissé. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has called for calm and dialogue after some opposition politicians called for civil disobedience during Friday's protest. The Secretary General has urged all political leaders to send clear messages to their supporters to exercise utmost restraint and to refrain from any action likely to fuel tensions. Meanwhile, the president had pledged to form a new government with opposition members. That is ANN News Brief at 1. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Adeyemi.